All right, next segment.
D&D tips. We didn't have a D&D session this week. And you actually probably won't have it for a couple weeks because just lots of stuff coming up. He's got a birthday and then...
I actually can't go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brad can't take my shift, so I'm up shit creek.
Balls.
But hey, that means I'm going to get to sleep early enough to go to work the next day. Yay. Unless I get fired for everything I said today at work. One can only hope.
Yeah, D&D tips. So I made a compilation video of a bunch of tips from YouTube to make my players watch. And because
they needed it.
Yeah, it was a clusterfuck last week. So
was there a tip that says there are no banks?
There are no banks. There could be a bank. I don't care.
Yeah,
Hold on to your money.
Yeah, no adventurer needs a bank unless they're, sitting on like the millions upon millions of fucking gold pieces.
Yeah.
And even then, what do you do with it? You buy shiny armor and sell it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about maybe some tips that are good ideas and anything that you took from the video that was interesting. Probably my favorite tip that I came across was it was Andrew from Dawnforge Cast. He had this revelation about how to make combat better and more exciting, and he was so excited in the video.
I don't know if I remember that one. I watched the whole thing, but
it was really interesting. Just a very simple way to make combat more interesting, more cinematic even. All you have to do is, you normally would be roll for a hit. Okay, hit. Roll your damage. Cool. I hit. And ideally you want to roleplay that a bit and you say, okay, I go up and I slash him, or whatever. The next person...
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember this.
Recap what's happened before, just a little bit. So...
While he's doing that,
Yeah, so just as Sam punches the guy in the face, I run up and I stab him in the chest.
I punch a lot of guys in the face in that game.
He punches a lot of guys in the face.
In the game, not in... I don't
game.
I don't run up to people and be like, hey, how's it going?
Bam!
Right? I just don't do that because I'm not a physically violent individual. I'm a verbally violent individual. Especially after today. Anyway, continue on.
I just really like that. It's a very simple thing to just do that makes combat that much more exciting. Because, combat's cool. I'm a numbers guy. I dig the whole, keeping track of the numbers kind of thing, which a lot of people are just they don't want to roleplay at all. But I think that makes it just a little bit better for everyone involved if you can just make it that much more cinematic by simply saying an extra sentence. And yeah. And it does mean that you have to pay attention, which also helps, right?
Yes. Looking at you, Zach. Still not apologizing. He was supposed to be here, that bastard.
What a dick.
I know, right?
Anything you took from the video?
A lot of it is stuff that I've known for years and just gone over. But, for the most part, I don't know, it's not a lot of it was really new to me.
Yeah.
Right? As a guy who's been role-playing for... Oh, God, how long? How old am I? A long fucking time. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. A long fucking time. Not a lot of it was very new to me, but it's gonna be really, basically all I really took away from it was the fact that it's gonna be really helpful for everyone else involved if they actually heed what the video says.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of it is just... pointers on being a better player, on paying more attention to the games, just other shit like that. There was one thing, and I'm gonna, until I see how it works out, I'm gonna question this entirely. There was giving each player a role within the actual game, not just within the party inside the game, but within the actual mechanics of the game itself. Basically giving everybody a task that they can do while we're playing. One person being your navigator who makes your maps, who does shit like that. They plot your courses and everything else, right? One person who's basically your stenographer who fucking writes down key points, important shit. We almost always have one of those anyways. Anytime it's me, I actually just draw because I remember from drawing what happened, what it was. But in larger groups, it's a little less feasible because there's a whole lot of shit going on, and I'm still stuck scribbling on one thing. It was easier when it was just like a couple of us. But, it worked really well in the D&D campaign I was playing back in Hardy before I left. Like, it worked fantastically well. I think I've shown you some of the pictures from that.
Yeah.
Where Axe Hand first showed up and he punched fire out. It was fantastic. But, so yeah, like a stenographer type who will keep track of where we've been, what we've done, who we've talked to, what they've said, shit like that. Another person who manages basically all the party's loot and divvies it up as they see fit because, you know, that way it's a lot less trouble to sort that shit out later than it is to, like, you've just finished a combat, but you have to escape because the fucking walls are falling down. Hold on, let me decide who gets this fucking crown.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We can do this later. And the last one, of course, was just like the party leader who's going to be like, all right, guys, we're going to go do this. Everybody just fucking tag along. I don't care what other shit you've got going. We're doing this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, now assigning those in most groups would be fantastic. But we're assigning Zach as the stenographer.
Lore master, I like to call it. Zach has to pay attention. That's his problem. Him knowing that he is the lore master will have to pay attention. And we'll see how it works out.
But will he?
Yeah, but I don't see any other option.
It's true.
And
it's
I mean,
true.
we haven't even really had a stenographer too much in this campaign yet. And no one's been like taking notes on who we're talking to. And
Yeah.
all
Well, I
that
mean,
stuff, so.
that's because most people have just run off to go fucking seek their own ends and shit.
Yeah.
The only person who actually really did much to try to advance anything was, I don't know, whoever it was that ran to the fucking Heroes Guild and was like, hey, is there anything that needs doing? Because we can do that.
Nathan was doing all right.
He was. But unfortunately, this was the most unfortunate part. Nathan, who was, you know, far and above showing himself to be probably the best new player I've seen in a very long time. Possibly even on par with Brienne, because she was pretty good. Like
She
right at the
was
start,
surprisingly
too.
good, yeah.
We miss you, Brienne. I know you're not watching, but we miss you. But yeah, Nathan, who was showing himself to be basically, you know, one of the best new players I've seen in a very long time, had to leave early. Which I can't fault him for, obviously. You know, there's shit that takes precedence, but that meant we were left with the screaming rabble of the rest of them without a clear voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm disappointed we're not going to get to it for another few weeks because I really wanted to see where we were going with that.
Yeah.
I did bring Nathan up to speed to where we were, though. Okay. I did tell him that, okay, so basically everybody fucked around for like an entire night, and that entire night almost took an entire fucking night. So I ran off, got us submissions, came back, said, if anybody wants to come with, you can, otherwise I'm going to go fucking do this. You guys can keep dicking around and doing whatever the fuck you want. And so we packed our shit, and we were getting ready to leave the next day, assuming you were there too. Cool.
Yep, pretty much it.
Yeah. I just summed up an entire night's worth of D&D in a couple sentences. But we've been over that.
Oh, ow.
Nice.
If you want to see D&D tips, and if you want to start playing D&D or something, check out Don Forge Cast on YouTube. He has lots of great stuff for becoming a DM, becoming a better player, new players. He had tons of videos just talking about the games, D&D, Pathfinder, anything tabletop, Fistful of Dice. Even Pro Jared has some...
D&D December was a great series for him.
Yeah, he's got a few D&D things in last December. So check those out. And I'll link them in the bottom too. And next segment.